I got a message from my friend Patrick Adair. His friends at the Waterjet channel were looking for some resin advice. They had cast a pizza and it hadn't turned out as well as they hoped. We chatted about how to make it better, and then I asked them if it would be okay if I tried redoing their pizza casting for my channel. All parties agreed, and so here we are, a pizza resin collab with the Waterjet channel. So I ordered a pepperoni pizza. It looks like a classic pizza, and two, pepperoni's not my favorite. I wouldn't be tempted to eat this pizza. All right, I want to get the box down. It is slightly deforming the pizza, and when you consume a pizza, it doesn't matter if it's not perfectly round, but if we're gonna turn it into a piece of artwork, don't want it to be smashed. Another thing that you want in a pizza, for it to be hot and fresh. Neither of those things are what we want for a resin project. Oh, it really does smell good. All of that liquid, that grease, the moisture in the cheese, all of that is going to destroy the resin. And so we need to get this completely dried out. Oh, that little one right there, he's loose. I don't want that to ruin anything. That might destroy the whole project. Oh, it's delicious. We're just going to try to dehydrate this pizza over the next, I don't know, that might take a couple of days. Alright, it is 8 o'clock. I picked the pizza up at 2, so we've been going for 6 hours now. Welcome to the morning after the night before. It definitely smells like pizza in the shop still, but it looks relatively stale at this point. You can see the little dried pools of grease here where they got caught in the pepperoni cups. The cheese is definitely beginning to be dried out. I'm going to try to get it up on some racks here to help. That's what we're trying to avoid, all of that grease and moisture that could definitely affect the resin. Turn the fan back on, and we'll keep working on our pizza leather. Realize something that I'd like to address. There's some sort of crumb that they put on the bottom so that the pizza doesn't stick to the pan. Cleaning up the pizza balls with a whisk broom. You know, like you do. Oh yeah, the bottom's so greasy still. So I'm gonna see if we can get rid of some of this moisture and grease here on the bottom. We'll let it sit for a couple hours probably. It is Monday. We bought the pizza fresh on Saturday. It dried out all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and most of today. Got a pizza pan here, Chicago style deep dish pizza pan, which will work, I hope, well for this. The grease solidified into these little pools everywhere. I don't know if it'll react to the resin, but I do know that I don't like the way it looks from a pizza standpoint. I don't think it looks pizza-y. Okay, this totally feels like we're cleaning some nasty person's ears. Yeah, I know why you're having trouble hearing. Here's the reason you're having trouble hearing. All right, that looks much better. No more nasty pepperoni earwax. This is a new thick-set resin from Total Boat I'm going to try out today. Fathom, like you know how many fathoms deep the ocean is. See the boat reference. 2-to-1 ratio, 2 inches max pour, which is huge, and 2 to 4 hours working time, which I love that. It makes life so much easier. Definitely want to do this in 2 pours. We already learned from watching the Waterjet channel that pizza floats in resin. So thank you guys for discovering that for us. While I'm stirring this, I'm going to explain to you my pizza theory. And my friends and family will probably be fast forwarding at this point because they have heard my pizza theory so many times. If you ask people if they love pizza, everyone's going to say yes. It is the single most popular food on the planet Earth. So pizza brings us together. But pizza also divides, because if you ask the second question, which is, what's your favorite pizza topping? You go from having a room full of friends to a room full of enemies. For the record, I'm a Hawaiian pizza guy. Do you know who invented Hawaiian pizza? That's right, the Canadians. What are widely deemed the nicest people on earth have created one of the most vicious controversies in all of history. I have stirred the pot well, I think. This is obviously far too big for my pressure pot. so used to having to rush at this point, but I've got 2 to 4 hours, so I'm gonna take my time, put on a new set of gloves. Oh, it's actually not so bad. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, that separated it. That drove a wedge in there. It's fine. I wouldn't be surprised if this takes 2 or 3 days to fully cure. So it is November the 29th, and we will check back in on this in a couple days. It has been about 4 days since I poured that. I mean, the downside is a fresh pizza would look better, but this is the only way it's going to work. And it does look pretty darn cool so far. If you still haven't watched that Water Jet channel video where they do the first pizza casting, the resin they were using and the fact that they were using a fresh pizza, it's still amazing to me that they were able to do what they did. So I actually got a chance to do a video chat with the guys over at the Water Jet channel. But in order to give them advice, I had to actually do a test pizza and see if it was even gonna work. For me, this is technically my second pizza that I'm casting in resin. Wasn't quite as lopsided as this though. It was cut a little better too. This one's got the center cut over here instead of over there. To completely submerge our pepperoni pizza. There we go. Right up to the rim. Try to pop some of those bubbles. Oh, there must be an air pocket right there. Bubbles are coming up through the dough. Pizza was sitting in a resin pool where it bubbled all the time like a giant carbonated soda. P-I-Z-Z-A, P-I-Z-Z-A. It has been 5 days since that cast. And we've got a crystal clear casting. Should be released all the way around. It's perfect. So this is the original one that I did as my test, and I was really excited about doing a combination, but a lot of the things in here that dried, the bell pepper, the mushrooms, they look kind of gross. Again, it's crystal clear, it looks really good, but I thought maybe, you know, a pepperoni pizza would be a better cast. But now that I have them side by side, you know, I'm not sure which one's my favorite. I think I'm going to use them both.
Yeah, because I think I like the combo.
So you guys have been asking me for years to make a pizza tray out of pizza, and I feel like I would totally be remiss not to do that. We've got some 4-minute epoxy here, 3400 PSI bond. I think we should be okay. These have got some cavities in here that we'll want to fill up. And once this is cured, we'll mix up another batch to adhere the handles to the tray. A perfect circle, it would be cool to make a clock out of that. What time is it?
It's pizza time.
It's always pizza time. Totally feel all the dough, and then you can see the olives and sausage sort of poking through here. So I'm going to paint on a little resin And as long as air can't actually get to the pizza, I don't see why this won't last indefinitely. And I'm actually very happy that this is the part that's going to go up against the wall. Look, I know somebody's going to be like, why did you drill a hole in the back of the pizza? And the answer is the shaft of this was too short. And honestly, how many times in your life are you going to get to drill a hole in a pizza? You just going to pass that up? You just going to let life's experience pass you by? Oh. There we go. Pizza dip. Pizza tray made out of pizza. I don't know how long you guys have been asking for this, but I feel like it's years. All of my viewers who have been asking for this, give a big thank you to the Water Jet channel for finally getting me in gear. It came out really well. Drying it out like that, using the Total Boat Fathom thick set resin, this is crystal clear. It's absolutely crystal clear. And then on top of that, it's hard to hold them both. They're actually pretty heavy, so it's hard to hold them both at the same time. The pizza clock, which, you know, anytime you set is pizza time. Let's see if I can get them both up here together. Oh, if I drop this, I'm gonna feel horrible. 2 pizza projects in one video. So, the Water Jet channel today is putting out a video. 90 days ago, they cast their pizza in resin. And today they're gonna cut that open and see what it looks like inside, because a lot of you are probably curious to know what happens to pizza in resin. Head on over, check out the guys at the Water Jet channel. Give them a like, give them a subscribe. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, that helps me out a ton, and I will catch you next time.